And here we are, 6 days later. So this was the data from last night. Yesterday afternoon, my reMarkable was at 6%. Now the entire time, all 6 days were in airplane mode, like I said before. And now, well, I think it's completely dead. So didn't quite make it to day 7. So if I hold down the power button, I'm guessing it's going to tell me that it needs to be plugged in. Now the battery life specs are 2 weeks. I'm averaging about 90 minutes a day of writing and reading. Okay, I don't think it's going to boot up. Wow, this is almost like when I first bought it. So it says that it's 5%, so we need to plug it in. That's for sure. Now the reMarkable comes with its own USB-A to USB-C port, and then I've just been using a low wattage charging device here that I got from Beats Audio a couple years ago. So let's charge this, and then we can do more tests, and I'll show you what I think about this reMarkable device. Now when you plug it in, nothing special, you just, then automatically it will change, and now it's charging. So 12:08, we'll see how long it takes. Pretty cool, connected to the internet, and it says that there's an update. Update installed, tap to restart. And now it should be restarting. Cool, I wonder what new features they've added. It's a really fun device. I've had this, you can see the magnetic pen there. I've had this almost a full month now, and I use it every day. I mean, I'm constantly writing notes about charging gadgets and my thoughts about gadgets, and I take notes for work. I doodle on it. My kids love using it. It's just great. So here we go, release 2.5, further performance and stability improvements. Software 2.5 continues our quality improvement efforts. Plus, we've added the option to set a cover page for your files and a factory reset your device if you forget your passcode. All right, let's read the full release notes. So we can choose our cover page. That's interesting. You can now set a cover page for your notebooks. All right, that's cool. Additionally, we did all right, what else? Forgotten password. Okay, that's good. Better security. Unless your kids accidentally reset your device. So hopefully I won't be doing an airplane mode test during that time. So airplane mode is now off, and I'm on 2.5.027. So I can check for updates, and it should say completely up to date. Yep. So let's check storage. So I've had this for 1 month. I've barely used 1 gig, and I have, I would say, hundreds and hundreds of pages of notes. And it's really nice that I don't need to carry around these notebooks anymore and fill those up. I mean, this little device right here contains volumes of those, so that's awesome. And I do like the Stylus 1 month later. Now, I have noticed that the Stylus actually wears out faster than I thought, if I can get that in some good lighting. So there's a little stylus nub, and you can see that there's some wear and tear on it already. This one's about 2 weeks old. I was just replacing one just for fun, and I lost the original one that came in, so far so good. We'll see if it lasts 2 months. I don't know how much it is to get replacement stylus nubs. I'm guessing it can't be that much. But one of the cool things that I've really enjoyed, about this device is the ease of use. So I can go to menu, and what I did is I created some file structure. So if I go to My Files, and then I scroll all the way up, I create a folder called Dad and one called Wearables 2020. So that's kind of nice. So you can organize. And then you can quickly sort alphabetical, you can search. So if I want to find one of the files that I was taking notes on the iPhone, which I'm filming on, there's the iPhone 12 mini, and then it quickly updates. And then the speed of switching in between pages, the refresh rate is really good, as you can see here. And I don't have a problem with it. I love the page overview. Oh, that's new. So right here, they added notebook settings. So we can do last page visited, or we can do first page. So that's a nice feature. Good job, reMarkable. The other really cool thing that I've noticed with the 4,000 and change pressure points, and here, let's look that up real quickly. Now, sometimes, if you'll notice right there, I was trying to use my finger. Most of the time with your finger, it works pretty well, especially these things, but sometimes it doesn't register. So a lot of times I'm using the stylus. Now, this was interesting. I tried a lot of other stylus pens that I thought would work on here. No, this is the only one. And I've contacted reMarkable support about that because I wanted to know how their stylus fully connects and the hardware design behind it. So let's take a look at this. So here we are in the notebook's home page. So what I'll do is I'll just type in the top right hand corner, and then I'll just type in the words reMarkable. If I could spell. Let's see if they've added cap locks. Nope, no cap locks yet. But that's okay. So here's my reMarkable one, and I've done 12 pages of notes about this device. So sometimes the gestures don't work. It's not perfect, but from what I've reviewed and read online, it's a lot better than the version 1. So yeah. So my pros haven't changed a lot, but they have. So here we go. 25 days later, I find myself drawn to the power of electronic ink and endless paper notes. Pros, the out-of-the-box experience continues to be amazing. Each notebook remembers the pen, font, and color used, and I'll show you that in a second. Copy and paste, rotate, resize, more powerful than I thought. The sounds of the ballpoint pen differ from the pencil, and I'll show you that. Speed and flow, great. Gestures, very intuitive. You know, how do you turn a page? You just swap to the right. So here's a question. Can you trace over wax paper and a stencil, and would it still work? Well, let's go get some wax paper. And the other question is, does this tablet still function with a non-branded stylus? And I'll show you the styluses that I have and how they don't work. Be right back. Found some wax paper, and in the meantime it timed out. So now it wakes up pretty quickly. And then I can just click right here and choose new page. Here's the wax paper. So, you know, if you want to do some sketches with your kids, and then I can just trace around the bell, right? Ooh, my artistry skills are amazing. So does it work through wax paper? The answer is yes. Now what about normal paper? I'm going to say the answer is yes as well. Let's just try my little notebook here. Yep, So if you had a sketch on a piece of paper or wax paper, yes. And it looks like it leaves some wax on there, so, but I don't notice any residue on the device itself. Now, how fast does it charge? Pretty fast, actually, pretty fast. Okay, so at 12:08, that was just about an hour ago, I plugged this in and it automatically did an update. And over the last hour, we went from 5% to 40%. And that was with use and backing up all the files that I'd used over the last week. All right, so memory. It has a great memory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my files and I'm going to go to wearables because we don't have a lot there. And I'm going to create a new folder and we're going to call this Stylus tests. Create. So now we'll create a new notebook and we're going to call this one Ballpoint. And I think you know where I'm going here. So we'll call this one Ballpoint. Create. So Ballpoint is just one of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different pen styles that you can use. So here's the cool thing. Each one is remembered. So we'll do a fast thing so you won't see all this. All right, everything's set up for the test. So let me show you some organization things. So this one called wearables, well, I don't have everything in there that I want. This one belongs somewhere else. So I can just long press with the stylus, and then right here on the navigation, I can say move, and then I can move it to another area of the tablet. So I can change it and switch it to Dad. And then right here, select a destination, and then move here. So now if I go back to menu, my files, now if I go to wearables 2020, now I have the 8 different font tests that I've created for this video. But now I don't want it in, so I have like, it's wrong, right? So watch this. So now I can highlight this one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And then I can say move, and I can put them all in the Stylus test subfolder, move here. There we go. So, as I was saying, each notebook remembers the exact pen choice that you did. So if I go into mechanical pencil, it's defaulting to mechanical pencil. So now I'll close this one. And if I go into this one, which I labeled Ballpoint, if I just start writing, and hopefully you can hear that. I'm gonna move the microphone so you can pick it up even better. Okay, here we go. So Ballpoint. And if you notice, if I zoom in, it's quite smooth, like a ballpoint pen would be. And then the way the ink flows is also like a ballpoint pen. So now we'll just do a gesture. I'll just swipe down from the top, and that closes this notebook. Now if I go to Fineliner, now Fineliner is going to be the default. And now listen for the difference. And the way it writes is different as well. And then if you go to the thin stroke, it is really thin. Here, I'll zoom in. Now the sounds are similar, but I think they vary just a little bit between each different pen you choose. And again, you do have 8 different choices. So now we'll close this as well. Now when this is open, as soon as you start writing, it closes. So now we'll close this and we'll go to one of my favorite ones. I really like the pencil. So now we'll switch to pencil. And the template that I chose is the week template, so week organizer. So now I can say Thursday, make video, make a little checkbox there so I can check it off. Done. So you can use reMarkable as your to-do list to organize your week as well. Very useful. And again, pencil. And it even remembers which stroke you chose as well. So there you go. That's my review 25 days later. I really like it. I'm using it all day, on and off all day. And I've used it so much this week that my hands started cramping up, kind of getting writer's cramp. And it's just fun. It's quick, it's responsive, and the memory is different when you're writing on this paper-like. And it is very much paper-like. So I didn't make a quick note. I'm running a battery test on this device. And before I forget, whoop, low battery. So let's see, I am at 6%. So it's real smooth. I really like ballpoint pen. I switch between ballpoint pen, marker, and mechanical pencil. Paintbrush, yeah, for doodling. My kids love that one. Highlighter, whenever I need to highlight something, of course. And when you do send these to a computer, instead of gray, that highlight comes over in yellow. So that's pretty cool. And if you're wondering how to send info, let me show you. So let's say I want to send just this one page to my friend. Right here in the bottom left, you just click on this one and you have live beta, send by email, convert to text and send by email, and then at the very top it has recently used, so you can just choose that email address by clicking plus, and then it quickly chooses the email, and then you do add message. So I can just type in here, testing the reMarkable. And then as soon as I click confirm, reviews everything. And then at the bottom, you can choose to export just page 12, or you can do edit and you can select which pages you want. So I can select page 11, I can select page 6, and then right at the top, you can choose just select all, confirm again, and then I can send it as export PDF, PNG, or SV. Click send. And then at the very bottom of the screen, as soon as that connects to Wi-Fi, you'll get a confirmation that the message was sent. There we go, file sent. So if you have any questions, you know, I don't know what else to tell you. It's great. Let me see what the cons were and if those have changed since I got this. So the second question, does the tablet function with non-branded stylus pens? Well, let's try it. The answer is no. At least not this one. Now, there are some online that claim to. You know, I already spent $50 on this stylus, so I think I'll just use the OEM one that reMarkable sent me. And then here's a really cheap one that someone's chewed on. This works with phones, smartphones. Oh, I stand corrected. So it works as if your finger, but it won't write. So that's interesting. So it sort of works. And then let's try a really, really fancy one. This is a stylus that's intended just for surface pens. You know, it looks pretty cool. It looks very similar to the reMarkable stylus. It has a battery inside. No, it does not write. And no, it does not select anything. So again, OEM to OEM. So I hide the toolbar. Cons, sometimes the ink pulls from the tip of the stylus. Sometimes. The battery life, I don't know how they got 2 weeks. I had an airplane mode, I got to 7 days. I've contacted support. I'm sure they'll be contacting me soon with some feedback. Low light, so let me turn off all the lights here. So now we have just the window light, and you notice it's still pretty easy to read. Hopefully it's not too grainy. So now let's turn back on those lights. So a little bit of glare once in a while, but not bad. Not nearly as bad as you're gonna get with a smartphone or a tablet. So next, security. Oh, swapping notebooks. So swapping notebooks, so here I'm in this notebook. If I want to just quickly go back to the last one I used, I can kind of do that. Not as fast as, Alt-Tab and Windows. So the workaround I've found is I just sort by, not alphabetical, but last updated. So now I can quickly go back to Pencil or Garmin Sunburst or the reMarkable. So there's reMarkable, it's just about to update, and then that will rotate to the top. And you can also do favorites. So security, I would prefer if the setup during the reMarkable allowed for 2-factor authentication with text message or email. That would be nice. And number 6, kind of a con, kind of a feature request, my data. It's my cloud, it should be my choice. For the reMarkable 3.0, I would like options during the setup so I could choose to either use the reMarkable and get my free 10 gig of cloud space, or what if Dropbox, Google Drive, Apple Cloud, and Amazon were also choices during the setup? Comment down below if you think that would be awesome. And number 7, I would have paid an extra $50 for the following 3 features: 30 gigabytes of space, backlight, and a smaller chin bezel. And I've said this before, I just like the uniformity. So here's the top bezel, same size as the left bezel, right bezel, and then you have that big chin on the bottom. It's not a big deal, but that's just my perspective, and that's why you're here on Gadgets Anonymous, for my perspective. The other cool thing that you may already know or you may not, so here I am in this notebook, right? So we'll go to the last page. Now watch this. So I can use the selector tool, now hide it. I can grab this entire content. I can cut it. Now I can close this notebook. I can create a new notebook or go to an entirely different one and then paste it. And you can even rotate it. So let me hide this. Watch this. Wah. So you can rotate what you were pasting, and if I move it over a little bit, I can even shrink it. So now I've pasted it upon itself. So I'll cancel that. And there we go, clear clipboard. So pretty fun with the copy and paste. I really have enjoyed that. Well, let me know if you have any questions. And we're gonna end this with ballpoint pen. thank you for watching. Oh, that's really messy with shit. And that is all I have for today. And you know the final thing, pithy comments are always welcome. Goodbye.